Blessings. Hmm. So, welcome. I'm here almost always on Wednesdays for an energy update and an activation. So, I will be talking about the energies right now, the things that most of us are experiencing in the common collective timeline we are on. I will do an activation in the end that will assist us. And as always, know that you can find the links in the text to my coming activations and my trainings. So you can always find it there. Okay, beloveds, let's take a couple of deep breaths together. Allowing the breath to take us into that magical space of our center. Allowing the breath to really move us into that state of peace, of tranquility, of trust, of surrendering into deep faith, whatever is going on the outer. We're just a couple of breaths away from into center and to being in the place of nothingness in between where we have been and where we're going. So, as you're breathing and connecting into your own heart frequency, your own center, just notice how your nervous system feels right now, and if it is in the highest for you to listen to this transmission, or if it's better for you to return back. So, this is always the practice for you to learn and activate that, always going in to center and feeling and connecting to your truth system, and not only just doing what comes in our way, right? So we're making a conscious decision using our sovereignty, and then we make a choice. So, for all of you that are here now, welcome. We breathe in God's infinite love, light, and power, and we ask only for what is in the highest divine order and harmony to be received for each and every one of you here. So, we are about to come into the last week of January 2024. And something very, very specific in the energies right now is the importance to move in to that witnessing stage and really witness every single time you are moving out of the law of one, being connected physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually to oneness, and witnessing with compassion, unconditional love when you feel separated. I talked about this a lot, but it's game on, guys. It's really like we cannot participate in the game anymore, which means if we in any way pretend, if we need to pretend in any such situation, that is us playing the game and being in the matrix. If we allow the game to continue within us and around us, we are part of the matrix. And we're going to be asked to fully plug out, to end the game and leave the matrix. And this might happen several times a day, and it's okay. But with that strong devotion to clear all the remaining parts and aspects of the illusion in your field and in your body, which means that you that are listening now, when you feel that you are lower than someone else, that you are not worthy, that you are not enough, that you are less, and so on and so on and so on. That is that separation. And however it has managed to reach you in that moment, try to go back to center, witness it, no matter if it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, witness it, observe it, allow it, and see how it dissolves itself. If it can't get dissolved, go out in nature, ask Mother Earth Mother Earth to assist you, pray with her, or go into a sacred space and pray, call in your family of light, or call a soul sister or soul brother, and just have it released. Because we can literally not continue this anymore. I tell you that I have the gift to see people's true soul, and I've seen so many souls, thousands of souls during my sessions to one, bigger sessions, hundreds and thousands of souls. And I can tell you that every soul that is here on earth have huge capacity, have so many gifts, and you are using them. Don't fall into that false illusion that you need to change so much. Be you. Own that. You know, like connect to that magnificent being that you are. I promise you, you've done so big works in other lifetimes. And being here on earth at this time is a big work. Just think about the traumas we've been going through in this incarnation, how they represent so many of these timelines we are now clearing and healing. You know, we got it all wrong when the separation moved into our field, when we got plugged into that program, when there was implants put into us, and even sometimes when we drink and eat, there is new implants coming in that are streaming mind controlling red waves, black waves into us. You know, we can lose that sense, that inner knowing that we are one and that there is no failure, that, you know, the natural state of us is having our energy flowing all the time. Our natural state is to be able to say no without feeling guilt or shame, and being able to abundantly give without anyone sourcing on us on that. So, you know, there are moments every day, of course, where, because all of us have different levels of implants still in us. I mean, it's part of this ascension journey to have them removed, you know, in stages. And at moments, especially if we're moving around in the city and the 5G goes on, they get activated and they start to stream out. And then, of course, there's different red cubes and black cubes all over the places which are streaming in, right? And if they have a moment of a dark negative portal to enter where we feel fear or our nervous system is reacting out of old trauma, think it's there. And it's okay, it's part of this incarnation to master this now. So all the work we've done was not only to be able to center, like really now, guys, if you have been on this path for a long time and you're not sitting in silent meditation, I would really, really, really recommend you to start to do that and sit through the uncomfortable. Practice to be able to sit in silence 20, 30 minutes at least every day. Because, you know, that's, if you can do that anywhere, everywhere, in a bus station, on a train station, when all these people are around, center, that's mastery. I mean, that is mastery. And we are moving to new levels of mastery where simplicity, sitting in silence, moving into that state of like that theta, and also like that where the parasympathetic nervous system is on, and you are in this limitless space of nothingness where, which like 20, 30 minutes is applying up to 4 or 5 hours of sleep of restoration of your body and your systems. But if we can't sit in silence, we will not either be able to regulate our system when those programs starts to plug in. I mean, there's commands to do, there's clearings to do. Of course, there's so many of those teachings that many of you have been doing with me for years, but the self-mastery next level is to like wherever, whenever, however, be able to like center, witness, move out, observe, self-mastery, regulate system, and talk to yourself on a mind level also. Use your mind. Your mind will tell you, this is not true. Don't go there. Don't make yourself smaller. Don't think you can fail. Don't be scared to abandon or betrayal or whatever is coming up, right? And witnessing that and allow that to be transmuted, transformed, that's mastery. That's being your own healer, your own clearer, your own coach. So that is what's coming in now, guys. And I tell this to my students on the facilitator training that is coming up soon. I just telling that, like, it's your responsibility. It comes to a level of awakening when it becomes our responsibility to not play that game anymore. And I mean, I don't say that I never feel like a little bit scared before a performance or anything like that. Some fear comes up, but then I can do the whole self-regulation thing. And now, when the guidance has been so strong to restrict not only the food, no sugar, no gluten, whatsoever, alcohol, and that was gone 5, 6 years ago, but also to sit there in silence and no matter what, sit that time, no matter what. If the time is 12 p.m. and you still haven't done your silent meditation and you're so tired, still do it every day. Like that discipline is moving in now to us. And we have lived so many lifetimes in a very, very strong, disciplined, diligent energy. So we have those codes inside of us. And when we love ourselves, it's not going to be any forcing, it's not going to be from that old perfection. It's because we want to be able to self-regulate, to come into center, to move out of that streaming of the programs. So that's big, beloveds. Another thing is this thing that I touched base on last week about coherence. So, I talked so much about this ease and grace, and it's so much moving in. Many of you that have done the work with me for a long time, I think you're feeling that ease and grace. And I also shared how sometimes it can feel very weird when something and everything becomes very easy and graceful suddenly. And we that have been living in trauma and drama our entire life and in so many incarnations, we don't know what to do. Like, ooh, okay. So again, the nervous system needs to regulate to this new way of living, right? And having this life force energy flowing all the time, no fear, no chasing, all of that. But the coherence now is everything. So the basics, like the basic 7 chakras, right? Root chakra, feeling safe in my body, to be looked at, to be observed, to be seen. Sacral chakra, feeling worthy. I'm just taking a couple of those things, that is like mainly. Sacral chakra, feeling worthy of pleasure, like pleasure on all levels, to only do what I'm passionate about. Solar plexus, having that willpower, feeling that it's okay to be powerful in the areas that is my unique qualities and gifts, owning my gifts, feeling safe to express them, to address them, to be seen in them. And then we have the heart, right? The huge longing, oh my God, to express all the love we have to those we love, to receive all the love we long to receive, to having this equal energy flowing. The throat, to be able to speak our truth, to be heard and witnessed by others when we speak, when we talk about what is fun and interesting, when we talk maybe and share about our past and challenges, to be heard, right? And then we have the third eye, which is like always, no matter what, trusting our intuition. I mean, no matter what. I still get things coming in. I have a very strong third eye, very strong intuition. And still, when I get things coming in about, a person or something, with a message, I still can get like, and then it takes 2 seconds. I'm like, no, 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 I've never had wrong, right? And crown, my connection up to God, my connection up to God, to source, my trust, my surrendering, my feeling to the strong connection, feeling God. I mean, this is just a couple things, but all of those seven, I mean, we're so always like, okay, let's run up to the higher and the lowers and the galactic chakras and advance. But wait a minute, are all of those seven flowing? If there's anything in your spiritual path that you have surpassed, that I have surpassed, that I have skipped over because it was the divine plan, of course, you know, inner child healing or some implants or some house of ego stuff, some imposter spirits in my house of ego or whatever. If I surpassed anything because I was too impatient, because I wanted to move faster than I moved, and so on and so on, that is not coming back. So again, back to this, you know, if you don't feel safe to be all of you, if you don't dare to go out there and be all of you and share your spiritual self, your human self, your multidimensional and galactic self, then there's something that you're gonna need to go back. Something, and all those things that has been surpassed are now gonna surface up to the surface, and that's okay because it's divine. It's okay. It's exactly now that you are ready. I can say myself that just like that incredible connection I have now when my guide suddenly told me, go in and work with the chakras, the primary chakras. I was like, this is like 10 years ago I was doing this like daily. And now it's like the most profound experience every morning in my meditations, you know, what to find there. And yeah, so all of this is really coming now. So let's see, beloveds, what the activation wants to give us when we come together. And next week we have the high level chakra activation that I hope you join. I'm so excited for that one. Okay, let's breathe. And we call in our family of light, and only those that worked 100% in service to the eternal living light. Oro nakarana tarana kuru sana shianarana kurutosaya. We ask for full protection and connection by the eternal living light code of God, closing all negative portal, and we ask only for what is in the highest divine order for each and every one of us to come in and come through. So this beautiful, beautiful Pegasus dragon stands in front of us. He's here. He's so majestic, so beautiful. So Pegasus is offering you Okay, I see that you might have another dragon or a unicorn coming forward. So not only this powerful, beautiful being. Okay, it's so beautiful because I see these beings that are in between the dragon and the unicorns. Yeah, that's also why Pegasus came through as a name, although it was a dragon there in front of me. Kurunataya. Okay, so you might see your own dragon stepping forward, or one of your closest dragons, or a unicorn, beautiful being, or the being that are in between. Kuruna tarana kurotoshiata narana taya. There's a message for you. A message for you when it comes to your path. There's something that you're still holding on to, that you are not fully willing to let go of and stop controlling. So the teams are opening the temple of truth, and we enter it, and it looks very much as the temple here in the background of mine. So stepping into this temple like a cathedral, this temple of truth, and this being of yours, either if it's a dragon or a unicorn, whatever, came through, is giving you this blue crystal ball, which is really like this one that you can look into the future. So as you've been given this crystal, this is an assistance for you to see what you subconsciously or consciously are still holding on to, that you try to control, that is now the time to start letting go of. In this temple of truth, everything is amplified. So they're working a little bit with your third eye just to open your intuition and just trust whatever comes through. The smallest or biggest message. And they are assisting you now to increase your willingness to let go of this. Can you think of letting go of this, surrendering, stop controlling it, and just letting go of it? You can take the crystal blue ball into your heart, and its energy of truth assisting your heart to be brave, to be coherent with your truth, and allowing your truth to be coherent with your heart, and allowing yourself now as you breathe to follow your heart, to follow your truth. Something is about and in need to be released and completed and fully letting go of. Take a deep breath. And we ask to seal this work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done. Coming back, stepping out of the cathedral, the temple, and hopefully you received a message, beloveds. Otherwise, it might come any other day. Just trust that you received this transmission and activation, and you will soon know what it's all about. Thank you, beloveds, for jumping in here with me. I honor you, I love you, and thank you for, being in this space so I can also tune into what is going on for all of us as we are all one. See you next week on Wednesday. Love you.